My name is Gabriel Schirn, and I'm studying chemical engineering.
Calculating the difference between our predicted gammas and our experimental gammas.
On the rods, we have bare wire thermocouples that are embedded in epoxy so they don't touch the metal.
And I'm also studying piano performance. Finding whatever it is in the moment that I really connect to, that inspires me, that makes me feel alive. That's what I want to be doing. I started wanting to become an engineer when I was about 6 or 7, living in Idaho. I had a cousin who was an engineer at one of the labs there, and I was inspired by his responsibility, his ability to provide for himself with such a stable career. And later on, when I was in middle school, I became so passionate about music, and I wanted to give everything to it. I can talk a lot about music. Like, I'm an encyclopedia about music, so if you have any music questions.
I like that.
I've kind of ended up finding a balance between engineering and becoming a concert pianist. I discovered knitting when I was in elementary school at a Waldorf school in Prescott. In 5th grade, knitting was mandatory for everyone, girls and boys, everyone. So I had to go through it. I had to make a very conscious decision to pick it back up again. That Christmas when I didn't have money to buy gifts, and I wanted something to kind of de-stress from finals with. This kind of sparked a light bulb in my brain as a really great activity in so many different ways. This year I've discovered the U of A Poetry Center, which is convenient to the music building, a nice stroll away. Lately I've been into Mary Oliver and Robert Frost, so I'll look through some of their poems, and if there's one that I particularly connect with, I'll write it down in a journal or in my planner, and I kind of meditate on the meaning of the poem and try and connect to it, a way to find a new perspective from all my other stuff going on in life. When I was in my freshman year of college, I was in a bike race, and I took a very serious crash. I had to be helicoptered out, and I spent about 12 days in the hospital and then a week in rehab, and I was in a kind of coma from the brain trauma, and it was a very life-threatening situation. Afterwards, the doctors told me that it was really a rolling of the dice whether I would be permanently damaged mentally and no longer to function, or whether I would recover fully as I have. If I hadn't been so fortunate, I could be a mental vegetable. I believe that the most important thing is like the present. So I've learned that every moment is an opportunity to live life, to really feel what it is to be a human, to have this life experience. Each moment totally unique.